Welp, I'm back. But there's two things I want to talk about before we start the documentary. It has nothing to do with the documentary. First of all, GTX 1650, put that shit in my computer, runs like a beast now. Like this is 90 frames per second on stream again. Here's a video clip of me absolutely tweaking after putting the GTX 1650 on and just being absolutely enthralled by the extra frames that I get. It's 90 frames, well, mostly consistently. That's because of OBS, but without OBS, it's pretty much 90 frames. Murderer. GTX 1650. Secondly, this video actually has a sponsor. It's sponsored by Umbrella Up, a brand new VR game from the same developers of Skyfire, who prioritize fun over anything else. So use this code if you want a discount for the game and to let them know that I sent ya. Anyway, let's begin with the Roblox documentary. Roblox is a popular video game to play experiences with friends. Connections. But there are constantly violations on Roblox. Instances of child predators raping and sexually assaulting minors using this game to get children. After all the crimes committed on the platform, Roblox continues to do absolutely nothing about these disgusting child predators. Therefore, this encouraged people within their community to put this into their own hands. By helping to keep Roblox safe for children, for a while everything was fine. But Roblox committed an atrocity that led to war. They banned Schlepp.
I am very outraged of how Roblox is handling the Schlepp situation.
Threats of litigation because I catch predators on their platform.
How do you feel about Roblox banning Schlepp?
Curated and perpetuated an online environment where child sex predators thrive, unite, hunt, and victimize kids.
It's kind of stupid. I think they're just trying to protect their image.
Okay, now you're so
Yeah.
Hello, Schlepp. Hey Roblox, I'm glad you finally responded to me. I'm glad we can talk about how we can stop these disgusting vermin from being on your platform. Well, Schlepp, that's the thing. We have new policies. Okay, that's great. This is a step forward for the platform. Wonderful. Well, that's the issue. You violated our policies. You looked for adults and you entrapped them by pretending to be a child. So, you're getting a cease and desist. What? And you're banned. I never want to see you again. Schlepp. But Roblox, I sent you the chat logs and everything. Nah. I even got Goon on your platform and you did nothing. You're out, kid. Welcome to my Rec Room documentary where I discuss what recently went down against Roblox and their community. Here, I'll discuss what Roblox did, how it affected the community, and the consequences that may arise, not just on Roblox, but the entire gaming industry. Of course, I will still have my own thoughts and I will discuss them, but this documentary will be edited in an easily digestible way. So hopefully you can leave with something you didn't know about at this point. The goal is ultimately not to defame Roblox, but to encourage Roblox to reverse their recent decision, and to hopefully make a platform that prioritizes child safety over anything else. The information I am using for this video is publicly accessible, so I cannot be sued for any form of defamation. Neither can I be sent a cease and desist for an internet video on a platform that is largely situated in the US, where free speech is pre-built into the Constitution. So, let's begin with the decision that would have ultimately been made to lead to David Baszucki, CEO of Roblox, getting attention by multiple journalists and organizations. David began his journey within Roblox, partnering with Eric Castle and releasing the game in 2006 in a very basic state. During his time as CEO, he technically had two terms, where he resigned as CEO in 2012 and then became CEO again in January of 2013. Technically, this would mean his current term as CEO lasted 12 years so far. There were new staff being consistently added, admins such as Schlepp and Builderman being added to Roblox to help moderate and develop the game. The community was largely ruined, and Schlepp was and still is one of the most praised admins by the Roblox community. However, as time went on, child predators also used the opportunity of influx of children on this brand new game to traffic, hurt, and kidnap child users of Roblox. This was bad, not only in a moderation standpoint, but to Roblox's reputation. So, Roblox updated the game to censor certain chat messages to prevent the grooming and exploitation of children. Circumventions to this censorship were made, resulting in predators getting young users off platform to groom and hurt innocent victims. One of these innocent victims was Schlepp. Schlepp was unfortunately a victim of the very thing he wanted to prevent. This was during a high child victims on Roblox, and upon his parents reporting this to Roblox on official sources, Roblox did not do anything. This would ultimately lead Schlepp and many other victims to take this unfortunate situation into their own hands and prevent people on Roblox from experiencing what they experienced. The FBI thanked Schlepp and many other predator beta channels relating to Roblox, even resulting in a news story talking about and discussing Schlepp's amazing action. Even though Roblox didn't keep those predators at bay, things were fine and nobody minded, as protecting people on their platform is very difficult to do online effectively. For those trying to help, some would do so incorrectly, as usually this is handled through more legal means rather than violence above all. Again, Schlepp is an example of a person that does this stuff right, as he would impose the same methods as FBI agents trying to catch real predators. During this time, David Baszucki, CEO of Roblox, started to make odd decisions for the game, such as trying to turn Roblox into a dating app, a game which again has a very young user base. This dating app update turned people onto the CEO's radar. What ultimately got him investigated was later, culminating with the dating app. The CEO believed that those being arrested were being targeted or entrapped. This led to a cease and desist from Roblox sent to Schlepp. Roblox noted, claimed, and believed that due to Schlepp's handling of the reporting of these people to unofficial sources and means, without supposedly Roblox being contacted directly, that Schlepp was getting these people arrested under false pretenses by pretending to be a child and luring them in to end up saying stuff on platform and, most importantly, off platform. That's mainly what the legal document said according to Schlepp, and due to this resulted in Roblox completely banning Schlepp. Schlepp had gone from a person who was abused by another on the Roblox platform to a person that was being abused by Roblox itself. It's quite convenient to note how close the times were between Roblox announcing it was making itself into a dating app and banning a person who's trying to make Roblox safer for all users. And this was to the point where the FBI and other police departments thanked him for his effort, and he ended up on the news. It's like Roblox is trying to protect bad actors on their platform for their own personal gain. But again, that's my personal opinion, and I have no clue. And these bad actors are again a rampant and terrible problem online and need to be stopped. However, Roblox's actions ensure that they can run rampant on their platform with virtually no repercussion. However, despite this lack, it gives the victims themselves lifelong potential trauma for the rest of their lives. The perpetrators often get 20 years, so that's still unfair because the victims are given way more than that. And you don't have to take my word on it. I have a story from someone that you probably would like to hear.
Alright.
Hello everyone, this is an individual that knows a lot about Roblox.
Hello. Well,
Can you tell me about Roblox?
yes, I can definitely tell you about Roblox because I'm a Moderation for Dummies ERP Slayer volunteer. It's a platform. It holds a lot of really bad people that do a lot of ERPs, groom children, and they use platforms like Discord or anything. Honestly, they even use Twitter nowadays. They use anything.
Okay, so that's verified, so at least my sources are correct on the doc. Okay, tell me about any criminals you've convicted in MFD.
I have perfectly convicted. We just flew ERP accounts and we just get them banned off the game, like officer games that they have a script that they're supposed to use and have some amount of views in the game. They can ask to see some script. They would ban all the users confirmed, and they are 100% confirmed, and they're on the list. We just hope we'll against them and we'll like take actions against them. Cause we try our best.
Okay, so you try your best to get bad actors banned.
Yeah.
Off Roblox. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, alright. What about, do you know personally anyone that was affected?
I do. I was affected. I was one of them, and there's been a couple others of my friends that were too as well, growing up. Because back in the day as well, they had a bunch of rape scripts, and that was the main source of what they used, and they would just inject into games. Like you just play a tycoon and they just join in and just do what they want with you.
Okay. Do you know if do you know the methods they would use to try to avoid accountability? Like when you confront them, like what do they do?
They avoid accountability. They were just to say, oh, I didn't know. It was like, I was groomed in. I was like, I was groomed into this. That's what type of shit they say. Or they just clean. Once they're caught and on the list, they also delete everything, delete their avatars, and we have screenshots of everything they do. Just they would do anything to avoid accountability, just get off the list. And we have screenshots of them being caught in those actions.
Do they initially tell people that they're like an adult age, but then once confronted, they pretend to be a kid?
Some of them do. Some of them pretend to be kids straight outright as it is, and then they groom other kids. That's the case I've seen with most of my reports I've looked at. They will pretend to be kids when they're not kids at all.
I was just asking that because a couple of days ago I went back through my channel and I found an interview I had with MFVR where he was trying to tell me about a hacker group that he made up. If you've watched the video where I expose it, he was trying to tell me before I was about to publish it, he was trying to tell me that he was 13, which I didn't believe it, because if he was 13 now, then he had started grooming people back in 2022. So if he was 13 now, he would have been 10 back then, and
yeah,
sort of a 10-year-old doing all the stuff he's done is pretty low. So actually should be 0.
Most of them they don't go back and say they were a minor back then. They just say, oh no, when I was a minor, I was groomed in this, so I thought this was okay to do. That's the type of stuff they say.
But would be someone's like turning around saying, no, I'm actually a minor. Is that
some of them have done that. They have done that before. Some of them have. They have used that as an excuse. Like, I'm a minor. I didn't know any better. And then they get other minors involved in it as well. But no, it still gets rejected. The appeal do, because they have a chance to get an appeal to happen.
Okay, gotcha. So you've got an instance where someone's been an adult grooming people, and then when you confronted them, they said, "Nah, I'm actually a kid."
Yeah. And there's evidence suggesting otherwise.
Okay, good. So I feel more validified in putting that interview out there, because there's still people saying, "Oh no, he's actually 13." It's not true. It's not true.
Okay, you can tell because they don't act like that when they're that age at all. No, those things they act in that. No, they don't get over sexualized like that.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. How young do these predators look for in children?
They'll look for anyone and anything. I'll be honest. If it was 6, 8, if they get in contact with them, they will. Some of them will use like Roblox gift cards, like and get them off, and they'll have like Discord, and then they'll groom them. Then once the first action is taken, they'll blackmail them from them on out. There's some cases of that. They feel satisfied the 6 desires.
I heard they used Robux to incentivize it, and then would get the photos and then trade them. Is that true?
Yes, they sometimes do that too. Like there's been some developers that also do that. Say, oh, you get this high power as well if you do this. Send me a nude or something like that, and you get this and that.
And then they would get that photo and use it on someone else.
Yep, and they'll come back around and blackmail them some more.
So you seem to be like a pretty high power Roblox community. So when Schlepp got banned, how bad did it affect your Discord?
Well, I wasn't part of the Discord again. I was retired at this point. After he got banned, I decided I was going to return. I was the first gen when this was happenning last year. I had to retire at some point because of mental health, but I came back because Schlepp got banned, and I knew the problem was just getting worse again, and they needed help. But I saw that after Ruben got banned on Discord, things were at a standstill, and they need more help more than ever.
Do they hire anybody or just like certain people?
You have to be an adult, and there has to be some qualifications, and they do some tests on you to see if you're worthy enough. Which I don't know how they hire them now.
Oh, is this like they're trying to get decoys and stuff? Is that what it is?
If target ERP is like the condos, the studios, all of that, and sometimes the pedophiles, like we try to get them on their own, like, and see what we can do with law enforcement, because we can't really do much about it ourselves. But we will help the victims if it's actually a pedophile. If they file a police report and all of that, we do that.
Do you think Roblox is trying to protect child predators instead of the children that play the game?
Yes, I can definitely say they definitely have, and they have done it for several years. It was a couple years ago, like I said, after the Honor Castillo case, which he trafficked a 14-year-old girl using Uber across state lines. There was a lot of backlash, and it was covered by the news. They had to step in, and that's when they hired Matt Coffin for that position. They promoted him, I mean, and that's when stuff was getting done. A lot more reports were taken seriously. It was just till last year, after a certain quarter, ended, investors like, I'm gonna go with investors unhappy, and then stuff just stopped getting done again. It was like what happened less than 2 years ago. Because I know this has been an ongoing thing on Roblox for over 14 years.
Okay, so last year, David Baszucki made an announcement that Roblox would become a dating app for people 17 and over. Is that concerning for David Baszucki, the CEO of Roblox, to be turning Roblox, a game with a bunch of children in it, into a gaming app? A dating app to some capacity?
Yes, that is extremely concerning for my eyes, and I feel like that only made the problem on Roblox a lot worse. People just saw the sign there, they can just do what they want, and they just kept going, and just got a lot worse.
Can you elaborate?
Like, they made more fucked up condo games, like we got Bathroom Lamp Simulator, like, and then after all that, like, they had so much active hangout games that had a lot of extra suggestive items in it and everything else.
Oh yeah, okay. Is there any advice that you want to give to people that want to follow in Schlepp's footsteps or Ruben Sim's footsteps?
I would say just keep an open mind, be careful, especially if you want to join like Moderation for Dummies. Like, you gotta wait until they're high. I don't know how they do it now. If they do, I would try to apply for that. But I would also just follow law enforcement. Just don't go out of your way, because get banned on Roblox as well for the new act they added on. I just say also just be careful, because, well, it's very dangerous to confront the pedophiles in real life. It's dangerous.
Any advice you want to give to Roblox to try and convince them to reverse this decision? Because that's what I want to do.
My advice for them is to get a new CEO, get a new chief safety officer, and hire some people for their safety for their safety team. Hire a bunch more people, because they're gonna need a ton. They can even use these resources like Moderation for Dummies as assistant. We do it for free, and these are confirmed people. We go through it. There's a system in place. We don't get any bad people on that list, like that are false. We go through the false reports, and we go through them accurately. We have none. So that should not be on there.
After taking this interview, it should be quite obvious to you, Roblox, what power you have in your hands to prevent this trauma. However, the consequences your actions lead to is paramount. As a result, amidst this controversy, more journalists, schools, and parents have paid good attention to your platform at a big level. Multiple countries, including but not limited to Turkey, Oman, Jordan, Qatar, China, and North Korea, had all banned Roblox from their countries respectively for child safety concerns. And it wouldn't be surprising if more countries followed suit. Schlepp made 2 videos about this controversy, which garnered over 10 million views over weeks, which is unheard of for his channel of his size. And the Roblox market cap dropped by 12 billion. Billion with a B. Yes, for once, a seemingly quick and small decision on Roblox's end resulted in them losing 12 billion in market cap. This is terrible for a business and needs to be looked further. Law by Mike was pushed to investigate further in the quest to sue Roblox. They argued that Roblox falsely facilitated a safe community for children, a safe digital playground that allows people to have fun and deep solace within the expanse of the game. In specific, Law by Mike is helping Schlepp sue Roblox for the lack of moderation and care when Schlepp himself got groomed in Roblox. And he is also representing the hundreds of children that have a similar story, or because child predators can easily look for children. Law by Mike also mentions that Roblox doesn't filter unsafe content to children and uses Robux, a bought currency that is used to purchase cosmetics, an incentive that predators can dangle down to their victims to make them do whatever they please. The last part of this suit pointed out the utter lack of moderation in Roblox from the start, and the inefficient implementation of tech and AI, and how Roblox designed the platform to be unsafe, despite telling the public that it is in fact safe, even though Roblox is definitely not safe. If this lawsuit wins, for the years to come, not just Roblox, but multiple sites in game will have to add more regulations and rules in order to keep it safer for children and other individuals, which of course is good for us, the end user. Of course, this isn't everything, and I implore you watch the original video by Law by Mike, but let's move on. Lastly, another jab to the Roblox name. Chris Hansen is investigating Roblox for the crimes of the platform and how easy it is for children to get used. This has not only become a low controversy, but one who is worldwide. In my very personal opinion, shouldn't be taken by anyone. These actions are that Roblox cares more about growth than the moderation of their own platform. But you don't need to care about. But my opinion does not matter. However, there is one game that I'm in right now that actually does a lot of these moderation bits very right. Definitely much better than Roblox. And that interacts with the community and actually helps in the midst of bad actors. Which game is this? And which game specifically looks at all of the evidence and thinks very widespread about anything they do? Well, of course, this game that is loved by many is known as Rec Room. Rec Room, despite all the stuff we've given to them this 2025, they don't sell personal info and don't infringe on our privacy compared to other apps such as TikTok, Meta, or YouTube. The most invasive thing is taking a singular screenshot to verify certain moderation standpoints, a thing that PlayStation already does with achievement. I've communicated to Rec Room and their support team about bad actors in their platform in the past, and usually they do pretty well and ban those terrible people relatively quickly. I believe if users are at risk of abuse switch to Rec Room, it would have a safer and better time compared to Roblox. However, if you still wish to use Roblox, there's nothing stopping you. I may play Roblox still. However, Roblox, please listen to our plea. Our interest is to help you prosper. And to do that, the platform needs to be safe for everyone. Please, undo your decision and compensate Schlepp for what you've done. I know Rec Room, if they had a YouTuber this big getting bad actors arrested, they would be head over heels for them. So why can't you, Roblox? Why would you betray your entire community because you didn't step in when you needed to? Goodbye. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Unfortunately, no Ruben Sim interview, but maybe if this does well, I can try again. See you on the flip side.